Wake up. Wake up.
What?
Welcome back.
Back? Where am I? Who are you?
Take your time standing up. You will be weak.
What have you done to me?
You did this to yourself.
I don't even know where I am.
Does it matter?
Of course it does.
I should change that. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Why don't I remember anything?
Try to focus on the present.
Who are you? Who am I?
You're just a man. Now stand up and stretch your legs. I assume you are thinking of trying to get out.
How do you know what I'm thinking?
Because that was my first reaction too.
You've been in here.
Irrelevant. What is relevant is that you can't leave yet.
Why not?
If I told you that you would die if you left, would you believe me?
Will I?
Would you believe me?
Probably not.
Why not?
Because I don't trust you.
And why is that?
Because you put me in here.
I can assure you, it is your fault that you are in here.
Did you physically put me in here?
It's complicated, yes.
Well then, why should I believe you?
It's not about belief or trust, it's about risk.
Risk? It's all about belief.
It's not. And here's where you'll get stubborn.
Oh, great argument. So if I don't believe you, what's to stop me leaving?
Nothing.
Well then why don't I just leave?
What did I tell you?
Because I don't want to take the risk.
Exactly.
So where are you?
Please do try to enjoy the little freedom you do have.
And exactly what freedom is that? You've got me captured here. Why?
It's all about questions, isn't it? You'll thank me in the long run if you do try and relax and enjoy not having too much to worry about. I'd play you your favorite song, but you'd just be waiting to ask more questions, so I'm going to give you the next 30 seconds of silence. Nothing from me, you won't get any answers. Try some deep breathing, and try to relish still being alive.
Oh, come on. Don't leave me like this. Fine, you want me to relax? Fine, relax. Could have left me a pillow.
There. Isn't that better?
Not really.
I remember when I was where you were. I wasted my 30 seconds. Still haven't worked out how to convince you of that. I would have thought it would be easy. Maybe you'll have better luck. Maybe you relaxed. Don't be stupid.
Weren't you watching?
Do you see any cameras?
Just because I don't see them. Wait, so you're close enough to hear me?
Yes, again. Technically, there are microphones. They're just not switched on right now.
Just tell me.
If you don't work it out, it could end differently.
End? You think you know how this is going to end?
I've got a pretty good idea.
If you're not close by and no microphones are turned on, then how can you be doing this? How can you tell what I'm going to say?
You're about 10 seconds away.
From what?
Working it out.
No.
Yes.
What you're saying is that you predicted everything that I'm going to say, and this is all pre-recorded.
It always surprises and slightly depresses me how long it takes to notice.
Notice what?
Maybe it would be easier if it was someone else.
What?
Say something.
I've been talking this entire time.
I've been talking this entire time.
Is that... Are you my voice?
Yes, finally.
No way. You can't predict what I'm gonna say.
I just did. How else did I pre-record responses to what you say?
Not possible. You're a voice in my head.
If I was, I couldn't do this. It's a simple case of statistics. I didn't believe it at first, but the proof is right here.
You didn't believe it, so you're saying we've done this before?
Many, many times.
I don't believe you.
I'll prove it. Think of a random number.
A random... what, any number? Between what?
Any number.
39,408,teen.
Here are your last 10 responses.
39,408,408,teen.
Teen.
What if I do something completely random? Umbrella, freezer, articulated lorry. Did you know I was going to say that?
Umbrella. Freezer. Articulated lorry. If you're given the same stimulus in the same environment,
You'll get the same result.
determinism.
So, you're just a recording, you're not real.
I'm as real as you, I'm just not live.
Why are you keeping me in this loop? If I'm here voluntarily, why won't you just tell me the reason?
Because if I tell you, you won't think it through, and then you won't understand, and you won't realize that it is necessary.
How many times have we done this?
11,430.
Why did you pause? Why did you sound unsure?
I didn't. Technically, we did.
I don't understand.
I, or we, didn't record all of this at once. I didn't even record the last number. Last time you were in the loop, you did. By the end of this cycle, you will have recorded the next number, and you will agree to restart it again.
No, I'm not recording anything unless you tell me why!
You will.
No, and I'm not restarting it either. I'm not wasting my life in a loop. I want to get out of here.
To what?
To whatever's out there.
What if there is nothing out there for you? Go on. Your current cycle is 11,430. Please add 1 to the number and speak it out loud for the recording now.
No.
I didn't either at this point.
So at this point, do you know the truth?
Yes, at the point when I recorded this.
Then why should I trust you?
If you can't trust yourself, who can you trust?
To make the decision, I need to have all the information.
It's a question of faith. Faith doesn't rely on facts.
Facts, huh? I wake up here with no idea who I am, when I am, anything, just with a recording telling me to not question anything and carry it over on and on and on.
And yet you are so stubborn that you don't listen.
Neither did you.
I had to be convinced.
As do I.
I am just trying to convince you in a way that doesn't involve knowing the whole truth.
This doesn't make sense. How can I have been in this loop for 11,000 times?
You are referring, of course, to why you do not feel hungry or thirsty.
Suppose that's what you thought when you were in this position.
Now you're getting it.
So when do I eat? How long is each cycle?
Currently, I can't say. And don't try and change this line once you finally know. Otherwise it may change the rest of the loop.
Of course, I know different information. I give different responses.
There are 2 loops.
What?
Every 10 loops, you'll get to eat, drink, use the bathroom.
This seems really complicated.
This is the only way to keep on living.
Living? Is that what you call this? This is some kind of a life, is it?
Faced with the truth, we have always chosen the path of blissful ignorance.
You keep using that phrase. Surely that only counts if we don't know that we're ignorant.
Even informed ignorance is better than knowing our truth.
I'm supposed to just trust you on that again, am I?
Why would I be doing all this over and over if it wasn't true?
I just don't understand how looping without the knowledge could be better than living with it. Why can't I just go outside and not learn the truth? I don't remember it.
The memory loss is temporary. A few hours out of the loop and it would all come flooding back.
Is this something you know or something you've been told?
Told, but that doesn't make it untrue.
Yeah.
Okay, so I must have started another loop and I've just waited, and I think I'm starting to remember something, and I'm really, really hoping the next loop is one where I get to eat.
So that was a different version of me?
It was. Just as this is yet another. We are nearing the end and you still haven't recorded it.
I'm not saying the number.
Which number?
Yeah, good try. Very funny.
Technically, it's your joke.
Okay, I'm listening.
You have to think about it. Why would you voluntarily return to the cycle 11,430 times?
I've only got your word to say that I have.
No, you have your word. If you can't trust yourself, then who can you trust?
If you've been through this, you know your argument's not gonna work.
But it will. Eventually. Inevitably. You're having an argument with yourself, and each time you do it, you get more and more convincing.
Then why don't you just cut to the chase and tell me?
Exactly.
Because it's too horrible.
Right. To this point, we've always found out. And we're at just over 5,000 cycles while I'm recording this. And every single time we wish we hadn't found out. That's why we're going to these lengths. If we can find a loop that lets us live without knowing what we know right now, that's worth taking. What does that tell you?
But it's really bad.
So what's the worst thing you can imagine? Losing family, losing friends, losing everyone?
Yeah.
Well, just trust me. It's worse.
How can it be worse than...
Do you really want to find out? What thousands of times you have found out and decided you didn't wish to know?
But I don't know. I don't know if I even believe this. How am I supposed to decide without the information?
You already have. You've had the information. You've made the decision over and over. And now you just have to simply trust yourself. It's time to decide.
Why now?
Because I know you already have. I know you've just nodded, because I did. I know you've just smiled, because I did. You'll be proud of yourself. You've managed to set this all up easily and simply using voice control. Simply say yes or no. Are you ready for the decision?
Yes.
You have two options. Number one, you trust yourself. Yourselves. And we restart this. Safe from grief, pain, and the self-torture that comes from the second option. Or number two, you hear the truth, you find out why you put yourself into this loop, and you can then decide whether or not you want to go back in. Invariably, you will then take the chance to edit this recording to better convince yourself to choose the other option. Speak the number now.
1.
Good decision. I only wish I'd made the same one. As I told you, you would choose to return and record the current cycle number for your next loop. Now please record the next number. The last iteration was 11,430.
11,431.
Thank you. The process will restart presently. Please breathe normally. You have chosen to return to the loop. Please find satisfaction in the fact that you have made the right decision. And since the same recording will be played when you wake up, you will always make this decision. Goodbye.
Wait. If there's no way of me getting out of the cycle... This is it, isn't it? This is the horrible thing I've done. That's happened to me. This is an experiment in creating the perfect loop. Stop the cycle! Stop the gas!
The process has already begun and cannot be halted.
Who is that? Who are you? I've worked it out, please! I want to change the recording! I've thrown away years of my life. For nothing. There never was anything bad to remember before this. For a stupid loop! For an experiment! Oh, God! Let me change the recording!
Which section of the recording would you like to change? Request has timed out. Please try again during the next cycle.
Wake